welcome back to the channel. We're kind of being blocked, but you got the dynamic triplets right here, ready to do another video. What video is this?
Number 11.
Number 11. All right. And then we got some awesome stuff that you have got in recently right here. Let's jump into it real quick.
Yeah, so I've had an account with Mondo for a while. I finally found some stuff that I wanted to order through them because they have like a $400 minimum order.
Minimum?
Minimum order, yeah. So I got these turtles, and I also got some horror figures. Well, they're vinyl figures, but I just wanted to feature the Mondo turtle figures. They're pretty good, yeah. These? I like them. I think if you're a turtle collector, I think they're pretty cool. Like, there's something different.
Oh, okay. Are they more like statuesque? Are they like articulated? Do they do anything?
They're like more like they're more like a 5-point.
Okay.
So head is gonna move, arms gonna move, leg is gonna move, and that's about it. So they're more like designer vinyl figures, I guess you would call them.
Is this the only set that you got?
This is the only set that they made so far for the turtles, and I think they'll come out with like some other characters. I'm sure, depending on how these ones do, because these just came out, so I'm sure they'll see how they.
Then you picked up like the whole set, but I'm saying like you only have one complete set.
I have two.
But okay, you can have one display.
So,
Awesome.
$100 a piece.
Wait a minute, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do you think of these?
Oh, they're awesome.
They're awesome, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. I wish I could get them. Yeah, I want to give somebody else a chance before
you take these bad boys home. Would you open them?
I don't think I would. I would like to, but I like the packaging.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, well, the artwork on the back is pretty awesome.
But the thing they did with them is they came with the extra card back. So if you screw this one up when you open it, it has a card back that you can have the display. Yeah,
by
the
itself?
Exact same card back.
Oh wow! And everybody automatically gets that when you order it.
Yeah, I have them. I just didn't put them up here, but they all came with the backing.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I just want to show them off that we just got them in. It was something cool, something different. I mean, you're not going to be able to get these at Walmart or Target.
Are they like exclusives, or you can just order them online?
Mondo, you can order them probably through Mondo's website if they have them available, or specialty shops that order them. So.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't even know these were.
Yeah, but I'll move them out the way. I figure you probably enjoy these.
Yeah, these are great.
Like I said, the scopes are great on them. I like how big they are. They're heavy.
Of course, I grabbed my favorite one. Look at him. He's looking a little beefy. Look at him.
That's what I like about him. I like the design that they did on him. Looks really comic book.
It's clean. No, it's great. I like it a lot, actually. Yeah. Just show you guys that back piece right there. It's pretty. Look at the Look at that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how the packaging was because when you pre-order them, it just shows the figure. So I'm like, well, what kind of packaging does it come in? So I like the packaging. A little big, though. I mean, where are you going to hang them at? You know?
It's a little hefty, but it's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Card is nice and strong.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I just want to show those off.
No, those are a good little show off. But now we look how empty our table is. We feel like we need to have something else up here.
We'll put something else up.
Well, we do have a special guest today. Maybe we can lay him on the table. But how was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I'm finally getting back on track after, missing.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you were dead to us for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Business has been okay. I mean, it could be better coming off December. Usually January is really good. But, we're getting by.
Okay. Yeah. What about you?
Weekend was good. Did 2 events outside of the shop. We did a Friday night at Thunderbird Lounge. Funketos were spinning. Super packed, really good event. The energy was really good. A lot of people came out. And Saturday we did Barcoa, which is downtown Phoenix on Saturday. That one was cool. My whole thing is I'm not really a cold person, so the cold I don't really enjoy. So Saturday I ended up not coming to work because I just had to get some time to recoup and get some things done at the house before Saturday night. So I just didn't want to draw myself too thin and then get sick. So that was my only drawback.
I heard that we almost didn't have you today, right? You were going to do.
Yeah, that would have been another thing we do on the first Monday of every month, which is Funk Mondays. But a couple people are sick right now. So we decided to just put it on hold for this month. And I was able to make it. So I was happy about that.
Sweet. Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you here. Did you see any movies? Did you guys see any movies?
I have not been to the movies. I haven't really seen anything outside of just the old stuff that I've already been watching.
I started watching some stuff because we got a nice collection of Lord of the Rings figures in.
So you went over and watched Lord of the Rings?
And I didn't know any of their names. I couldn't remember their names. I haven't seen it in like 20 years. So I'm asking James, like, who's this? And James like, that's so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, man, I need to brush up on my
Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit stuff, yeah.
I was on it. I was on it because we had just watched the entire
extended cut.
Yeah, because
Nice.
they're on HBO Max.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely.
That's where I ended up watching them on. But we got that Balrog, which we have clips of that. We'll show the Balrog.
Are you gonna watch Ring of Power?
I'm gonna go. I'm on the Hobbit right now.
Okay.
So I'll do the Hobbit, then I'll probably watch the animated one from the 70s, and then we'll see if Lord of the Rings out. Do I really need to watch Ring of Power? Have you watched Ring of Power?
Yeah, I saw it.
Is it worth watching? Do you need to watch it to?
So it's not actually tied to the movies, even though it is tied to the movies. So they got the rights to do like the TV show separate.
Okay.
So it's like not directly tied to the movie, so they don't specifically mention movie like events, but you know that it's the same thing because it's leading up to Lord of the Rings.
Nobody shows up from the movies.
They do mention characters, you know what I mean? But it's like, again, they're not connected, but it's legitimately connected.
Okay. Well, let me get through all these and then I might go.
I just had a question. Is the animated version on Max?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I didn't know there was 2 cartoons of it. There's The Hobbit, and then there's like the other one. There's like another one that's animated. It's the exact same like animation thing. Either that or they broke it up into 2 because it's 2 different things. So I'm gonna check that out.
I'll have to see.
Yeah.
I'll have to see what.
I've seen them, but it's been a while since I've seen them, so it's like
We've talked about it. That just my take on the cartoon is that thing was scary when I was like a kid, man. It was when Gollum when he puts on the ring and Gollum is just really close to him, but he's not like he don't know where he's at. It had me like really scared, like not moving. Yeah, like oh man, like get out of there, like do something. But that was a good cartoon.
I do remember that.
Was it the same people who made Wizard?
It's Ralph Bakshi. I'm pretty sure. Fact check that, Edgar, because you know how I get. But
he's right 60% of the time, every time.
It's Wizards, right?
Wizards.
Yeah. I have that on DVD.
Yeah, that one's really good.
I also have Fire and Ice, which is
also really good.
That's my favorite. The coolest thing about that is they worked on it with Frank Frazetta. So Frank Frazetta is my all-time favorite artist. I got his autograph. Not in person or anything. Through trade. Shout out to Dwayne. I traded a Neil Adams. What was her name?
She-Bat or something.
She-Bat. Like it was one of these characters that he created, and it was signed Neil Adams, and Dwayne brought in the Frank Frazetta signed 11x17 piece, and we did a trade for it. So
worth it.
I definitely feel like I got a really.
I'll make that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
That sounds awesome.
Me too.
Oh, I just wanted to talk about why am I drawing a blank? Robert Eggers. Robert Eggers is going to do a direct sequel to The Labyrinth. It's not going to be a remake. I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do that since the Goblin King was David Bowie, and he doesn't, his character doesn't pass away because he's like forever living.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to work it all out, but he said he's going to do a direct sequel. He's got Jim Henson's son and daughter, their production company as well. Then he also got producing it. The guy who produced all the Harry Potters, Home Alone. I feel like that's like a killer combination of like if you're gonna get it done and it's gonna be done right,
but not a musical.
It's not a musical, no.
Well, because the first one had some musical.
It was a musical for sure. For sure.
I thought they only had like 2 songs.
No,
that was David Bowie. That dude was
David
singing
Bowie
that
sang that one song. Those little guys where they took their.
It was loaded. It was. I think there's like 6 songs in there.
Yeah, because he does that. Yeah.
Yeah. At the very end, when he's going through like the MC Escher looking poster,
gonna marry her or whatever.
Yeah, and then at the very beginning, she's singing. Then
I don't remember her singing.
Yeah,
I remember I thought he did most of the singing because that was his thing.
I believe she sings.
I'm not sure. Does. I'm pretty sure she does. That's why that movie's fine, but like I don't like musicals. So
I enjoy that.
It always threw me off.
You don't like musicals?
I know you guys.
Dude, I'll put on a good.
It takes me out of a movie, man. Like
I could sing every one of those songs.
I know that was James's jam. I told you he was
in The Labyrinth. That's awesome.
So are you excited about it then?
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah, I did hear about it. I didn't know that it was official that they were going through with it, but I did hear about it and I was very excited about that. I typically don't like, like Beetlejuice, for instance. We're talking that movie took a span of 20 years.
It was
Longer
like
than that?
30 years, I think.
For them to make that, did I think it was as good, or would I say like I would pair it with it with part one? I would say I would add it to the collection just because I like the whole.
It was enjoyable, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like on par.
It didn't
with,
need to be
like,
made, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
to
Like,
further the story. Yeah,
I definitely agree that
Because I didn't hate it. Like it
No.
wasn't like I didn't like walk out of it thinking it was like the worst movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
but it doesn't stick out to me where I'd watch it over again and again, like the originals, like Labyrinth, like where I could put on that movie at any time and watch it.
Me
like,
too, dude.
yeah.
That's so awesome.
So real quick, since we're on like the top of like sequels, name an awesome sequel.
an awesome sequel.
Yeah.
It's like
Blade
as
2.
good as the
Blade 2? Okay.
Okay, that's as good as the
Dude,
original.
that was good,
that's-
or maybe even better.
Let's see. I mean, the one that pops into my mind just first and foremost is Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
That just pops up because that with the
That's debatable. I
What?
argue with Ryan all the
Terminator
time.
2 is
I always say the first one's better, dude.
Wait,
Better.
you don't like Terminator 2?
I like it, but I think the first one's more like groundbreaking to me because it's the first time you saw that stuff.
What about Aliens?
Alien is still better than Alien. Aliens is fun, but Alien is better because it's the first time you kind of saw that world, I guess.
But they both kind of did like the same thing. Where one was, I feel like the first one was like more horror-esque.
Yeah.
You know, to be more terrifying, and then the second one was more action. You know, more like
So okay.
would
Terminator 2 though was cool.
Well, if you got a sequel, guys, if you have a good sequel, just write down in the comments anything like that, and what you think. Because those are just three. I mean, you got another one? Do you think of?
Is Empire Strikes Back?
That's
that
a
popped
sequel.
into my mind.
That's
Yeah.
that's technically a sequel to part one, and I think it's as good as.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
It's as good as Force Awakens.
Wait, what about Howling 2?
No, that's on par with nothing. What was yours though? Did you have one?
What's yours?
I said Aliens.
Oh, you asked like us. Okay,
No, I was
got
asking,
you.
but I would say Aliens. That just comes to mind. It's
Indiana
good.
Jones and the Temple of Doom. I liked it better than the first one.
I did. Dang, yeah. See, this is a good list.
Back to the Future 2.
That's a good one too. Yeah, that's
Yeah, because that one was in the that one was where they got the almanac, and that was like one of my favorite ones.
Fast and the Furious 2, Tokyo Drift. Or was
No, that was 3. Don't even that was trash. That's where it fell off.
But yeah, there's some good ones, and there's ones that like, why did they even make it? Like James said, if you're making it 30 years, 35 years later, do you really need to be making?
What's a sequel 30 years later that was good? Dang, hold on.
That's a tough one.
No, I'm trying to think about it for a second. If there's anyone you guys can think of 30 years later, 20 to 30 years later after, like, the original.
Maybe Blade Runner?
I did like Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling. Yeah. That movie was pretty.
Yeah, that movie.
That's Falcon's favorite actor right there.
Ryan Gosling?
Is that Ryan Gosling? Oh, okay.
We'll
talk with Falcon about that when he comes on.
You know James' favorite actor is?
Favorite actor?
Do I even know who?
I don't know.
I know.
Who
I
is
think you
it?
give him a pass because he did one good movie. It's one of your favorite movies of all time. Seen it?
Wait, who is it?
Jared Leto.
What movie?
Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, but that movie is
But
phenomenal.
so he gets a pass from now on.
He's got an Oscar. He's got.
That's like one of the greatest. One of the greatest. Just the end. Just when he's like thinking everything's gonna be all right.
Tell him to
the
watch
end,
it. We've brought this up so many times. If you guys have
Parental advisory.
Obviously.
Make sure that if you're watching and you're, we have a lot of younger people that come into the shop and stuff. Just make sure your parents are aware of what you want to watch. So ask permission for anybody that's underage. Anybody else, it's a good watch.
What was the first movie you stuck? Because right when you said that, mine came to mind.
I can't remember, but I just know we used to do it a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I can tell you, especially the naughty channels.
That's awesome. You?
Snuck into the movie.
No, snuck a movie like it.
Snuck a movie. Fritz the Cat.
Fritz the Cat. He's coming your way at this cinema.
Yeah, even though I was allowed to watch it, once they saw how much I was really into it, they tried to like take me, like pull me out of it, so that way I wasn't so influenced by it. But it was
Yeah.
game over. Like that cartoon, it was one of the coolest things I ever saw when I was a kid. When I say coolest, it's just so like it's not, like it's not a average movie. That what would you call it? It's like risque, or it's adult film. Yeah, yeah, it's adult orientated to the fullest. Yeah, and I was a kid, so yeah. Shout out to my mom, she let me watch that for a hot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't have to sneak that one either. My uncle, because like he would show us all kinds of stuff, so we watched it with him, and he thought it was funny as hell, and we watched it with him, and we thought it was funny. So.
Kind of subversive too. Yeah, there's a lot of things that they have in the movie that are, anti-establishment, like very racially, charged, high adult orientated information.
Hey, real quick, you said you wanted to talk about some toy news?
Just one thing, the Hasbro, the news that came out like last week, with some of their properties. Everyone's freaking out, saying, "Oh, they're gonna stop making toys and stuff." They're not.
Oh, okay.
It's just they're shifting. They got a new guy. I think his name's like Chris Cox is his name.
Of course.
Like a new CEO. He wants to focus more on like their video game and like board game like IP stuff.
Oh,
and
I
then,
did hear something like
yeah,
that.
which I didn't know they were that big into the video games, but I guess they can lease their stuff out to video game companies. The board game thing, I'm like, I don't think board games are ever going to be at the high they were. Like, you know what I mean?
Wait, I'm trying to think real quick. What would that be, like a Transformer video games? Like
Maybe they're
what would
doing
they
that.
be?
I read the article, didn't get too deep into it, just said they're IPs. But I know, like with Power Rangers, how they stopped doing Power Rangers, but they still own the rights to it, so they're gonna like lease their stuff out or like let other people do stuff with it and get the money that way. Since they're not doing anything with it, they don't have to deal with it, so that way they can just.
Are they still gonna do toys, or
Yeah,
were
they're gonna
they
do their
talking about
They're
maybe
gonna do their big IPs that they have, like Transformers,
they're not gonna cut
GI
back
Joe.
on them? And
Probably not, or maybe like some of the other stuff that's not action figure related. They might, let other people do stuff with it. They might license it out. Is what I'm thinking, but I don't. They're not gonna go away from making toys. Is where it's at for them. But I think with collecting, you see all that stuff where like Ollie's and all these other places keep getting all this, like they overproduce stuff and then they end up with all this stuff. They take a loss like on that stuff. So I think Hasbro's trying to cut back on kind of what they're putting out for like action figures. So like Power Rangers been dead for a while. So like I said, they're just gonna license it out, get the money that way, and let another company deal with like putting the stuff out.
like off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else that Hasbro does besides toys. I'm sure they do, but
Well, they do. They do board games.
Introducing Hasbro's Ouija.
Is that the one where you talk to ghosts? It's actually pretty fun.
And
right. But
is it Nerf?
yeah.
Do they own Nerf? They do stuff like that. There's other things.
Wait, they're connected to Nerf?
I'm pretty sure.
What the heck? Did you know that?
I don't think I did.
They're either Mattel or Hasbro owns Nerf. I'm pretty sure.
What? That's awesome.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not.
Edgar, fact check that.
But I'm pretty sure that one I'm not that sure on. But I'm just going off what I read. But a lot of people are making it seem like they're not going to make toys anymore, which that's not.
So they're going to bring back Power Rangers, or they just
no? I think they let like Super 7 and some other people, like they're licensing it to them and letting them deal with it and still get the money because they're going to get the licensing money, but not have to deal with actually producing anything.
Yeah, because there was like
which that makes sense.
Was it last year or the year before where they came out with that Walmart version? They were pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the end. Like the Lightning Collection didn't do that well when they bought it from Bandai. I think they thought this like line was going to be good. And Power Rangers is one of them that I know was brought up. I'm sure there's some other IPs that they have. They're like, oh, we don't want to make stuff anymore for this, so we'll just license it out and get money that way. So either way, they're making money, and then they can make less of the other stuff, and then their IPs too. If they start selling that off, like board games, if they make movies out of it. I don't really know what their plan is.
No, that's interesting. I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out.
Yeah, check it out. There's a lot of on Reddit. Check it out. No, but there's other. I didn't get that off Reddit, but you can read up on it. And
everybody's go-to,
because they put the article out themselves, like Hasbro, like the dude actually like they put it out, so it wasn't like somebody found out this news.
Real quick, while we're talking about that, have you seen? We were talking about those magazines. Have you seen that new one, Toy Collector?
They sent me a free sample one time, but they're kind of pricey for what they are.
But have you seen the stuff that they have in there? Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff in there. Like the front cover for the next one is the the Thundercats.
Yeah.
That what is it? I think he's a Falcon. No, he's like the little flying little guy. Yeah, no. If you look it
Is
up,
it
yeah.
Silverhawks?
Or maybe it's a Silverhawk,
Yeah,
but yeah,
probably.
he's like on the front cover. Yeah, but I don't know. I was looking at it online. They got some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah,
in
there's
there.
not much in them though. The one they sent me was like maybe 18 pages, but like it was like $10 for the magazine.
Are they new? That's what I was gonna.
Yeah,
ask
they
you.
are. They were trying to like I think get me to buy their magazines like wholesale.
Are they trying to like take over for like the Toy Fair magazine?
Toy Fair's been gone a long time.
No,
so,
I know
yeah,
what I'm saying. Like, are they trying to like basically bring it back and like
probably.
maybe see if people could like get into it? Because when I looked at, there's just a bunch of cool stuff in there, which was like pre-orders or like if you missed this, like come check it out, and then they're showing like everything's in there: Super 7, Mezco, Mondo, just like a bunch.
Yeah, it's
of
a cool
stuff.
magazine.
Yeah.
You're moving. No, I'm not. You're moving.
All right, everybody, we did a little switcheroo there, and now we have our special guest, Red Falcon, right here. Do you want to tell him your name, or do you want to just go by Red Falcon?
I'll just go by Red Falcon.
Red Falcon, everybody. Nice.
Welcome
Go ahead
to
and
the show.
introduce yourself.
I'm Red Falcon. I come in the shop
Regularly.
What do you collect?
Oh, okay, let's start with there.
So I'm going back into Godzilla's. Godzilla's my thing.
That's beautiful.
It's a good thing. I used to start when Tread Masters came out, so I was buying those little tiny ones and not really articulated. But now I pick up like figure arts versions and Haya. I'm gonna try them, see how they do. And I also picked up that big one that you guys were trying to put the tail in, and
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So this is the guy that let us open it because he got it. What did you think about when me and him were trying to shove that down?
I was like, how long were they actually trying to shove this in without warming it up?
He knew though, because I told him, I said, yeah, the tail didn't go in. He goes, oh yeah, I saw reviews on that, but didn't give me a warning. So.
Oh, you knew?
Yeah.
That's why I was looking at it right away. And then we were arguing about the instructions. You were just loving that.
Good for the show.
Yeah.
Good for the show.
How did you do it? You just heated it up?
I haven't done it yet. I want to get a new case.
Oh, okay.
So it's like dust proof. So I just.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But what do you think you're gonna do? Are you gonna do the blow dry? Or are you just gonna dip it in like a hot pot of water?
Just do a blow dryer and just heat up.
Are you gonna get more of those X Plus ones based off that one? Are you happy with that?
I might get one more. So I'm looking if they do a Destroyer.
They did do a Destroyer,
man.
but this was like 5 years ago, so I don't know if they're gonna redo them.
Yeah, they're doing smaller versions. They're not as big.
Yeah.
So I might pick up one of those.
Yeah, because I had that Destroyer. The box was like crazy on that. Yeah, but it was a cool piece. So Godzilla's, and I know you do anime, female.
I do anime. The very first one I can remember is Supernaturals, but the little hooded guys.
Oh yeah.
And they were reflective.
That's 80s. Yes.
So that's my first toy I can remember, other than like Gizmo.
Supernatural. Now you can join the battle between brave Lionheart and evil Skull and their eerie ghostlings.
Lion, you're dying.
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
I only had the little hood guys because
because they were cheaper. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
don't know why you're talking about Supernatural like this.
You were thinking that, yeah.
I was like, I'm looking at you like, what? You collected little Deans?
That's what he was thinking of, his boy Dean. He's
they had little holographs, so when you turned them, they would either be like a monster or a human.
Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those here?
No, like we get them from time to time, but like they sell pretty quick. And the bigger guys were like 6-inch, and same thing, like they had armor, but you pop it off and it'd be like a skeleton dude, like hologram.
And it's kind of hard to, because like they had like little tiny swords and they glow in the dark, but you're like, what is this? When you're like, oh yeah, it was that, and you already threw it away. You're like, no. So, but I collected He-Man, my Ninja Turtles, and then I lost all those when I was like about maybe 8 because I left them on the bus.
Hey! Stop the bus! Hey! Tell him to stop, please!
So now it's just Godzilla, and then I'm just picking up some like, random toys that look cool.
Real quick, since we're talking about Godzilla, do you want to tell them about that news you were telling me about the Blu-ray?
The Criterion Collection is doing a 4K Godzilla vs. Biollante, and it's out for pre-order right now.
Did you already get one?
I did. I picked it up right away, and it's not $50, so
I believe it was like 30, right?
like 34. So it's not bad for a movie that's been a while.
And then does it have all versions on it? Does it have like the original audio? Does it also have like the American version?
I'm not sure. I'm gonna find out.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say to the description because I know that they just uploaded it on HBO and I tried to watch it.
Was that the Criterion Collection?
No, it was just HBO Max. Yeah. So I mean, I'm hoping
They usually revitalize the whole disc and the quality of it.
like the whole
So
thing.
it's not just like a DVD quality.
Oh, dude, it's
Yeah.
gonna be great. Yeah. Are you a fan of Godzilla movies?
Yeah, but I wouldn't buy like the Blu-rays and stuff.
What?
No, I like the
No,
movies. It's just one of those ones I don't need in my collection. Like I don't watch them that often. I don't think to really.
Well, it's 2 against 1. You need it
No.
in your collection.
I got it. I get why. It's just I got to stick to certain things. And
Yeah, I had all of them, and then I started slowly just selecting and selling them off.
But you're definitely gonna put this one back in there.
One, this is the 4K version.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Got to finish it right.
have they not done like a Blu-ray at all on it?
No, there definitely was a Blu-ray, but
just was
it
crap?
was no, it wasn't that it was crap. It was just owned by Miramax,
Oh.
and we all know who owned the rights to that. So it was a little, what do you say, on hold?
He owned it. He basically owned
Well, he
Oh,
owned
okay.
like the distributing rights, correct?
So they weren't putting it out.
Yeah, no, nobody could unless they got permission from him because he owned all the
Okay,
distributing
that
rights.
makes sense.
If you know who we're talking about, you know.
My 4K and Blu-ray collection though is very small, so
and that's how mine's going. Yeah.
because I used to do that back in the day where I bought like every DVD.
I feel like that's a great segue to talk about the Blu-ray players real quick. Or we could save it.
You know, like if you're looking for a good Blu-ray player, look into Panasonic. People usually just do LG and Sony. Panasonic is what I went to. The 420 version is like, if you're not doing Dolby Vision, so if you have a Samsung, the 420 is perfect. If you have all the money just to throw away in the world, do the Panasonic 9000, and that's gonna go for like maybe $1,000.
What?
Right?
I stick to my Toshiba.
For a Blu-ray player. The reason
Yeah.
we mention this real quickly is because 4K is because
In
there
3D?
you go. I don't think it has 3D. I don't think that's built
Some
into
do,
it.
some do have it,
Really?
yeah.
Well, the reason we mentioned it real quick is because Sony recently said that they're getting out of the Blu-ray DVD ROMs and all this stuff like that, the format. So I do believe next we'll be getting out of like Blu-rays, but then you do have Panasonic, and then you still have LG, and those would be like the 3 leading ones. But I mean, once Sony gets out of it, then you're just down to the 2, unless you want to hit up like Goodwill. But you know, you're not gonna get a remote.
I want to bring Laserdisc back.
The Laserdisc? Get out of here. No, I know that would be awesome, but at the same time, do you have Laserdisc? I have a stack of them in my house.
Some of those arts were like really cool on.
Yeah, those are great.
I always think they're soundtracks when I go to like Zia
At
Bookmans.
first, you kind of
Yeah, because they're in there, and then I'm like,
You're like, what is
Laserdisc.
this? What is this? But that's awesome. Did you want to say anything else?
I will be at the Epic Toy Show
Yes.
coming this month.
February 22nd, Redfelcon will be there. What are you going to be looking to have?
I will be selling some Godzilla stuff and some loose stuff for those that, you know, want a little cheaper, you know. But I will have some, I'll have like the Digimon, Angelmon, the female version from Figure Arts, so that will be there.
But you also do have a lot of other stuff. You normally have like stickers, keychains.
Got rid of the stickers, so I'm just
okay.
doing pens.
Oh, pens?
More toys this time.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to check out what Red Falcon's got at the show, February 22nd, Epic Toy Show. We're all looking forward to it. It's great. And feel free to ask him anything you want, and they'll tell you about.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about some couple pre-orders that we were looking at, and I'm most likely well, no, I already have one of these pre-orders. I'm debating on getting this snake. What was that? Snake Plissken. Yeah, because I love this thing. You can get this one on Sideshow Collectibles, but I mean, like I was telling you earlier, if you pre-order it, you get like these exclusives, like seamless arms. He comes with like the double jointed elbows where you can see them already, but if you get like this exclusive leather jacket, real leather.
What version is the snake?
This is from Escape from New York.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
How tall?
What is he, 11.8 inches? Yeah.
Nice.
Eyes move, real hair. I don't know if you saw that, but it's real in-rooted hair that they put in his head right there. Look at that.
What's the cost about around it?
This one, so there's 2 different versions. You're looking at around like $260 to like $300.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Because he's look at the soft goods. Look at the eyes, real silicone body, titanium, the what is it? The little titanium metal like frame for the body on the inside the skeleton. I believe they said he's got like 60 points of articulation.
Who's the maker of it? You know,
Was it as Moose Toys Crown Series CRW004S Snake Plissken was that sculpted haired edition.
so it's gonna be like a third party. Right?
It is third party, but they are selling it on Sideshow Collectibles website because you can also get them on other websites. Do
you think they got the license then?
They didn't, because there's another version that's almost identical to this that's like licensed, but he doesn't look this good. The face is more flat and he doesn't look like Kurt Russell. It's a little jarring. Like that one looks like the fake third party and this one looks like the licensed versions, but it's backwards. Yeah. And like that one's eyes don't move, but this third party, his eyes do move. So you can open his face and move the eyes in any little position that you want. Yeah. What was the one that you were looking at?
The one coming out is from Robotech, from the Amazing Yamaguchi. I think I said that right.
I think that's how you say it.
It's gonna be the Yuri and the Chung Li.
Street Fighter figures.
Street Fighter figures.
Oh yeah.
And they're just you're probably gonna need a stand for their articulation, but it's just they have a lot of joint mobility and moving around.
Look at that. Did you see that? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And you can reenact the game moments. So. And it comes with some effects. But the only thing
it does come with the lollipop. We were talking about that earlier. You do get a cell phone and the little lollipop.
The only thing is they do run $100. So
I think it's worth it though. Some of these figures, you know what I mean? Especially if you are like a toy poser, if you're, someone that likes to open these and like take them out and do that. Do you do that, right?
Sometimes
you open them, right?
Yeah, I open my toys.
And then you display them.
Photography, I think they'll be really well. They'll be really good for it.
Absolutely. There's so much like articulation in these figures. They're incredible. Yeah, then when you can put them together and do all those little fight stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot.
That's good.
Well, we're going to bring back the boys and we're getting ready to do an unboxing. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. I do know what it is. It's this ugly Batman we're going to open. All right, so we got this Frank Miller Batman Dark Knight Returns. I like this back art piece, but the front of this is definitely Ben Affleck's Batman. But I was told that that's not who this is. I was also told that this was ugly, but I get to see this for the first time right now. Sorry. What is wrong with it? Where did this come from? All right, let's take this out. Okay, I don't even know what to say about this face or this sculpt. This is available at the shop. You can pick this up for $54 and some change. But wow, this is an ugly figure. Look at that face. It looks like his face is like being melted off. The soft goods they're okay. Definitely, it has some wiring in the cape, but it's not a very sturdy, not a very strong. Is this a joke? This is a joke, right? You are gonna sell this?
Third party, man. Yeah,
third party.
Try to sell it.
But this is what you gotta take a gamble with sometimes when you're looking at this third party stuff. I wonder what this looked like online. I don't know if you can see this, but I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do that like older, distinguished. This one's not horrible, but this face is pretty awful. I don't even. Let's look at these accessories.
That's prune face, dude.
We got some little, the little Batarang Wolverine hands. These ones aren't horrible. I do like the little separation and the detail, but he's got some hands. He's got a couple loose Batarangs. Obviously his little leg belt does not stay up. Let's see. This head is just awful. I don't have much to say about this. I just can't get over the fact that how ugly it is.
What's your rating?
These little, I mean, out the door, if I were to give this a rating right out the door, I'd give it like a 1. Just because it's like, I don't know what you would do with this face. I don't know what you would do with that. Like, maybe if you switch out the head for somebody else's head. I mean, the soft goods aren't horrible. The cape is, it's good pleather. It's like, it does feel a little weird when you really get into it. But the body sculpt, it's the muscles through the tights, it's not bad. You know what I mean? His hands are not super loose. Yeah, I'd give it a 1, maybe a 1.5. But the head is what ruins it.
You didn't even show off the.
Oh, okay.
the
Well, there you
rifle,
go.
dude.
Oh,
Rifle, come
wow. There we go. Got some soft little. This is just plastic. It's not rope.
Yeah.
This is the greatest Batman figure I've ever seen. You absolutely want to come pick this up. Limited edition, one of a kind, right here at Polar Bear Pop Culture. This is Frank Miller accurate. This is a face a mother would kiss, except for not Bruce Wayne's because she's not with him. Hey everybody, thanks for coming and checking us out one more time. Please hit that like and subscribe button, hit that sweet bell notification so you know when we post another one of these, and tell your friends about it. Come back if you have any questions or anything, hit us up.